Hey guys, Josh here. This is my 79 Alfa. Bought this 1980 engine, used to be VVT. It has since then gotten upgraded to some RJR cams. 1504 intake and I think 795 on the exhaust. I'll have to look at that. Anyway, little background on the engine before I go into the EFI conversion here. Picked this motor up from eBay user named ResDoc down in Oklahoma. It's a gentleman by the name Louis McAlpine. He's really been quite a good resource on some parts for pretty cheap. He's definitely given me a good deal. Got this nice exhaust and everything else for way cheap. Anyhow, got a electric fan coming. As soon as I put the radiator back in, I'm gonna try and start this thing first, see if I got fuel and all that. Spark. These are the LS style coils. Actually they're the truck style coils. Bought on Amazon just for some cheap little flare here with the red. Got the pigtails in today. Got this done. It's the Megasquirt MS3X ECU system. These are the kind of the eBay knockoff throttle bodies, kind of like the Genv style. Genv, however you say that. This had the carb block off plates from when I switched it from Speaker to carbs, and these throttle bodies mounted to the carb mounts, so I left those, and it kind of worked out because I tapped them for a couple of different vacuum ports. I don't know if you can see that or not. I got on the bottom there on each of those some vacuum ports, all tied together in the original Speaker block. Kind of just got this plugged off for now. That 4 and a 1, and then the additional, I have that going over here to the GM 3-bar map sensor. Kind of worked out that this manifold had a good place to mount that and had the vacuum stuff. I got a little fabbed up here really with some cheap parts from the hardware section at Menards. Just got some little Heim joints and a piece of all thread. I believe this is 6 metric 6x1 rod. I think that's what the Heim joints were for too. So, and I just put a piece of that all thread in here as well. Lock nutted that, and actually it works pretty good. I had to bend it so that the clearance on the butterfly wouldn't, or the lever wouldn't hit and interfere, so it goes to wide open throttle. Played with it in the pedal. Seemed to work pretty good. This stinking cable seems like to slip off. What else I've done here? I've kind of got a little knock sensor mounted under there in the intake. I don't know if you can see that or not under there. Had to put the knock sensor mod in it, and the MS3X. Got my Dizzy welded up here so that it doesn't move anymore. I'm just using the VR for a cam input. I'm hoping that works. Haven't been able to test that, so we shall see. I can get a signal, but I don't know if it's going to talk well with how I got it set up with the ITB mode. And then I have here, I bought the DIY Auto crank trigger wheel there, the 6 3/4, and happened to also buy their Hall effect sensor to talk to it. And this Speaker oil block off plate had, luckily, this little overhang on the flange gave me like the perfect, is perfectly set up for this. So I just kind of drilled that out, put the bolt in there, and we'll see how it goes. Anyhow, I had to press that onto the harmonic balancer. If you look at that, here's the one I actually pulled off of this engine. I had a spare that I used for experimenting. Got a whole other spare engine that I pulled out of this car. That's been pretty handy. There's a whole other car that's currently being used for parts storage, etc. Poor thing's being abused, but it has some work needed ahead of it. So when I'm done with what I want to do here, I'll take all the nice bits of interior I got out of put in here that I actually also got from Louis McAlpine. I'm gonna put those into that car, kind of do a good restore on that car. I'm trying to make this some more of a track toy, kind of figure out what I want to do with it. Anyhow, I pulled this flange off with a press, and it's just like a little seal cup thing, just to keep that belt from the speaker from falling off. And when I drilled a 2-inch hole, this is 2 1/8 diameter from the outside of the teeth, 2-inch from the inside. And I drilled a 2-inch hole with my hole saw, and I lined that centered on here, and I pressed that wheel onto the harmonic balancer. I left some pictures on Facebook for anybody to kind of see that. I don't know if there's any other questions, just hit me up. Anyway, so oh hi, I'm Josh. Never got to put myself on the camera yet. Anyway, I'm getting ready to hook the battery back up and start turning the computer on and see if all the things are talking like they are, and I'll fire it up. Thanks.